Let's talk bi-weekly mortgage payments for a mortgage. They are what they sound like. They are bi-weekly mortgage payments. So traditionally, normal mortgage payments are made once a month. That means every month or every year, rather, you make 12 mortgage payments. Mortgage payment comes due, you make the payment, everything's normal and rosy. A bi-weekly mortgage payment says that if you take that mortgage payment, cut it in half, and you make it every 2 weeks, that means in theory, because there's 52 weeks in a year, you're making 26 half payments. That equates to 13 full payments. So a biweekly mortgage is used by folks that want to pay down their mortgage quicker. You don't feel the pain of that extra 13, mortgage payment essentially as much as you would if you just wrote a big check for it, once a year. Reason being, again, it doesn't feel as bad because there's technically 4.33 weeks in a year. So now if you just do it bi-weekly, eventually you're going to make that extra mortgage payment. So it's taking the extra principal because each one of those is going towards, that extra 13th piece goes gradually towards the principal and pays down the mortgage faster. So over time, you do end up paying less interest. So whether or not you should or shouldn't, let's talk about that. So first and foremost, to set up bi-weekly payments, once you're done, you're closed, and your loan is set up and you're on a servicing platform, whether that's, my company or any other, doesn't matter. So whatever servicer you're using, call them up and ask them what it looks like to set up a bi-weekly mortgage payment. There should not be any qualifying for this. You might have to fill out a page or two of paperwork. And I have heard folks can charge, mortgage servicers can charge $300 to $800 to do this. Seems like a lot of money to do that. They have to set it up on a system and it's just extra work for them. So they charge you the money. I honestly don't love biweekly mortgage payments. I understand it can and will save you money over time. It makes it to where it's set it and forget it. You don't have to think about it. So if that's your desire, great. This is a personal opinion of mine, not the mortgage market professional, but just personally. I'd rather just make the extra 13th mortgage payment whenever I'm ready. I'd rather not pay down a mortgage typically aggressively, only because I think you can to some degree. But once you have, call it a 20% equity position, I think that money can be put elsewhere in life, whether it's paying down debt, whether it's saving for retirement, saving for, kids' college, things of that nature. I think money can be better spent elsewhere. I think that mortgages, if you're like, well, my rate's high, well, eventually maybe you can refinance. And if you can't refinance, that means you got a really good rate. So that's my personal opinion. Some folks say, well, should I do a 15-year versus a 30-year? And so that individual, if they can't quite and don't want to stomach the 15-year payment because it's substantially more, they might take the 30-year fixed and then just set up bi-weekly payments. Because the nice part is you can turn that on and off to some degree. Again, there may be a cost to doing it, but you can at least turn it on when you want. So all that's to say, bi-weekly payments, they are good. They do save you money. If that's something you want to do, terrific. If you need or want to talk about your particular scenario, feel free to reach out to the mortgage market team. We're here to help answer all questions. And certainly, as you always, forward, share, subscribe, do whatever you do and wherever you found us. And when you think mortgage, think Mark.